How's it going out there, folks? So, today, I want to go over an issue that has developed with this Esab Rebel. It's the EMP 215 IC. You'll have to disregard its setup with a spool gun for right now. I've been doing a little aluminum welding, but in standard MIG welding, ER 70 gas shielded MIG welding. I used to cuss this machine and talk about how much I missed my Miller. I used to have a Miller, I want to say it was a 212, 240 or 220 volt MIG welder. That was it. It was just a MIG welder, not a multi-process machine. I love that welder. Lost it to a flood and subsequently replaced it with this, and I went with the Esab a lot of due to advertising, and two, it being a multi-process welder with lift TIG and stick and MIG welding. And then I actually got a package deal that came with the foot pedal for the lift TIG and the spool gun for the MIG, and it was, anyway, big old deal. I've cussed this thing since I owned it, and the main issue was you'd be laying a bead or making a weld, and it would weld just as beautiful as could be, and then all of a sudden go to crap. Almost just like somebody shut the gas off and just start spitting and sputtering and everything else, and no apparent rhyme or reason to it. Could not figure it out. I've owned this machine for several years now, probably at least 3 or 4 years. And it's done it from dang near day one. Well, I finally found out the problem, and I'm gonna bring you guys over here and show you. The problem is not with the welder per se, as it is with this Tweco Fusion 180. This particular MIG gun, we're gonna say has a flaw. And I'm going to show you guys what the flaw is and how to fix it. It's it kind of amazes me because there's not a lot of information, at least that I've seen online, about it. But we're going to start by simply taking it apart and let's see here. Now, keep in mind, I found out what the problem was, and I attempted a, we're gonna call it a boo-boo fix. We tried to kind of jimmy rig something to make it a little bit better, and it did somewhat help, but it doesn't fix the main issue. So let's pull this thing here apart for the 19,000th time. Okay, your problem lies right here. Now, if I can get all the tape off of it. Now keep in mind, I'm pretty picky about my MIG guns. I don't let them get, in a tight bins. I try to store them correctly. This is not from a abuse standpoint. The welder sits on its cart 99% of the time. I have taken it out in the field and used it before, but it's not a common occurrence. I have to excuse my mess. I basically cut 2 pieces of brazing flux. You can already see how it's pinched down right there? And you can already kind of probably tell where this is going. Oh no. Well. Okay. There would be your problem right there. So you can try to push that back in, it ain't going. I've tried and tried. I'm sure there's a spring I'm missing. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. So what's happened here is the hose has pulled out of this heat shrink, causing it to stretch this, and what ends up happening is it twists, and you can be welding along just fine, and then all of a sudden you change your hand just a little bit and you can see how it twists and locks down. Say you're doing here and then you turn to go run uphill and it locks down, and when it does that, the gas can't flow through here. You've essentially shut off the gas flow, hence the reason that it goes to spitting and sputtering and acting like you turn the gas off. It's all in this joint right here. This is not an aftermarket. This is what came with the welder. It is a Tweco Fusion 180 wand, torch, whatever you want to call it. Now, in all my frustrations and troubles, found out this is a Lincoln style connector. There's basically 3 different types on the market. You have a Lincoln style, a Miller style, and a Euro style. At least for my 215, I cannot specify for other Esabs, but the 215 uses the Miller style connector. Hey folks, sorry about this little brief interruption, but I don't know why I said this. This is a Tweco Fusion 180 with a Lincoln style connector. The Esab Rebel 215 IC uses a Lincoln style connector. And I did find some information on this on the interwebs. So that being said, it uses that connector. What I did, meet Sprocket, the new shop kitty, and she's a pain. All right, shop kitty. All right, so what we did here, excuse me, frog in my throat. This is a good old Yes welder, but this is a much heavier built torch. Look at that, same connector. So it's a Lincoln style connector. This is based off of the Fusion 2, I think 250. Yeah, Fusion 250 MIG wand. Alright, editing me again. Guys, sorry, I suck at this editing thing. This is a Yes Welder brand, but it is a Chinese knockoff or direct copy of the Tweco Fusion 250 200 amp MIG wand. So you can buy the Tweco brand if you want. It's the plus side of $500. The Chinese knockoff, i.e. Yes Welder, and there's a few others out there, are right at $100. Before I invested a lot of money in it, I figured I would, at a bare minimum, try one of these China ones and see if it fixed the problem. So I ordered this for $100 on, you know, the usual scumbags, eBay, Scamazon. I ordered it with the Lincoln style connector. There was some rumor that this outside area right here was too big to fit in the Esab and you'd have to trim the front faceplate. Although I have not had that issue, it seats fully. It clears nicely. The plug, while looking the same, it is different. But all this is a trigger plug, and polarity doesn't really matter, at least not that I've found. So essentially I just clipped the wire, took the new connector and disregarded it, and off of my old Fusion wand I cut the connector off. Now grant you, I left a few inches of room on the Tweco 180, as you may have noticed. This is so I can always revert back. I never cut, you know, close to the end, always kind of leave yourself a tag end on either end. You just basically butt connected them back together in a quick hurry to check and make sure it was going to work. Yeah, plug this in and worked like a champ. So so far this one's been great. I have not experienced any of the issues that I had with that Tweco wand, and like I said, it fits perfectly right into here. Did have to change the trigger, but again, it's all it is continuity, open circuit, closed circuit. That's all it is for when you pull the trigger. So if you've got an Esab Rebel, you're having problems with it, acting like you've cut the gas off on it and the welds just go to boo-boo, you might take that good old Fusion apart and see what you can come up with. Because if it's like this right here, it's not good. I don't remember when or why, but it had a problem with the trigger. I don't remember what caused that. I basically did those quick solder connectors to solder it back together, but it was having this other problem long before that. Matter of fact, that's when I found the issue with it twisting. So anyway, the old flounder boat back in the shop. We built this a nice new base plate for the motor here. We're still working on it, obviously. I gotta get the steering set up on it, but yeah, we machined a nice new pretty plate for it. Put an alternator bracket on it, new alternator, new overarm. Went from an 11 horse to a 20, I don't know, it's a GX 690, so 20 something horse. And yeah, there'll be more on this stuff coming up here soon. We're getting ready to do the electronic steering on it. But anyway, just want to do a quick video and show you guys about this Tweco 180 issue. If you've got any questions, man, I love it when you guys leave comments. Appreciate any support. Dropping a like, subscribe, anything of the sort. I'm trying to build a channel here. I've been a little bit slow at getting some videos out. I have a ton of content that I just need to edit and try to put it together in a reasonable fashion that you guys might enjoy. I've got some, we did preg check on some of the cattle out here, so checking to see if they are pregnant or not, and first year heifers, and I got a bunch of video of that for you. And oh, there's some bulldozer footage. Yeah, I don't know, a bunch of stuff. I'll try to get it together and get it out for you guys soon.